Hey, hey, hey! Hello, traders, noobs, apes, and everyone else. Doesn't matter. Here, everyone is Drippy Gang. This is Drippy, your source of options drip on a daily basis. Here, we talk about some of the most exciting setups based on the options flow, technical analysis, pattern analysis, macroeconomic events, and current market structure. So if you want to make some tendies, stick around. My goal is for all of you to achieve financial freedom and create life-changing wealth. On the screen, I have my Twitter account dedicated to this channel and interacting with you folks. So make sure you follow me there for free alerts, my entries, exits, rumblings, etc. My handle is Drippy2Hard. It's crazy to think that my followers grew from like 2K to almost 3K in just like last week. So I appreciate all of you. I'm grateful for everything. Everything I share here is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for managing your risks and taking profits. Guys, to folks who are new here, I do have a full-time job, but trading is my passion and I believe it is my ultimate destiny. I'm spending a lot of my personal time, literally whole day, creating like content for you guys. So like please like and subscribe if you find it useful, if you like my content. Also, it's free of cost to you. If you want to support me in any way, and get a discount on unusual whales, which is probably the cheapest flow tool available on the market, and use the sign up link in the description below. Okay, so without further ado, today I'm going to share 8 actionable setups which might give us profit in next 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how the market is. Now, initially my plan was to cover market, status, but I think this video will be way too long if I do it. So just keep in mind that everything depends on SPY, QQQ. If tech is strong, tech stocks are gonna move. If SPY is strong, then overall market is gonna move up. So just be aware of that. And of course, I will be watching and alerting on Twitter as much as I can. Also, so 8 actionable setups. These are swing setups, and then there are 6 scalp setups which I'm watching, and I will play them based on that day's price action, volume, and everything else. So also one more thing, I won't be covering Yelp in this video because in my opinion, it has made a majority of the move, and it needs some consolidation. So I'll keep you guys updated on Yelp and my other previous swing plays on Twitter. There's no way I can cover in this video, so I want to do this video fast. So I'm gonna quickly cover through a lot of content. So it's just that's how the nature of it is, right? If I want to present you guys with a lot of content and keep it short, it's hard. Okay, so let's go. The first setup, TPX. The company name is Temper Sealy International. And now first look at the chart of this. So strong. RSI like to the overbought zone on the daily, and just like MACD looking great. The volume the other September, this was the beginning of the week, was so strong. And then also just look at this chart on the weekly. It just broke out of this, it's released, squeeze was released, RSI again very very strong, and I think it still has some juice to go. And I mean, look at the amount of move it has made in the past. I don't even from May, this has been running non-stop. So as I told earlier, right, don't think that a stock which has made that much move is gonna stop. There is no reason for it to stop. I mean, This company is dealing with housing equipment, like home furnishing. And in case if you guys don't read like macroeconomic news, new home sales is all-time high. Just released data, I think, last week. And if that's the case, people are still going to buy like home furnishing. So in my opinion, this can go much higher. And that's why and also like the flow looks pretty bullish in my opinion, right? I will show you that. So these are the levels I'm watching currently. I do think it needs a pullback, so my expectation is that in the short term it's gonna come around 48 zone, and this is where this will be the loading zone. Let the RSI cool off a bit. And look, last two earnings have been like phenomenal for this company. And like look at the amount of volume that day was, and then very similar volume here, excuse me. So I think it might need a couple days of consolidation, which it has done in the past here. So let it catch up with the CMA, let it retest it. So my guess is that maybe it will play out like end of next week, but who knows, it might just run. So this is why I have kept it in this list, just because I think it can move in next week. If not, then next to next. So you just keep an eye on it. And like another entry point could be the break of $50 level. So I can set my alert here. This is trading view. But I think like just looking at the 4-hour like MACD, it's just curling down. So in my opinion, and every time it kind of like goes below the CMA, it retests the CMA. So it's still healthy. I think let it retest here around this level. Like it might like come up to here next week, and then this will be a great buying opportunity for October 15th week. So this chart looks amazing. I told you the fundamentals are strong with this company. And if you look at the fib levels here, like after 50 it's around 51.5, then 53 level. And then if you look at the flow for this on unusual whales, by the way, in my last video I told you that I have these settings, so I've set them. You can go watch the last video in which I talk about my settings for finding setups in live flow. But anyway, premium range I've set to 50,000 just to kind of show you, narrow it down to specifics. And look at the flow here on 24th of September. This was around 10:30, 11:30, so maybe it's the same party or group of investors who are really bullish on that one. And then 55 and 60, these are out of money calls for 21st of January 2022, and they're paying you huge spot like $2, and like what I mean is like huge premium 735k. So this is a big money order. So yeah, directional call. I told you everything is looking bullish. Earnings are coming soon. They might anticipate, since new home sales data was strong, this will be strong as well. So investors always try to price in early. So yeah, keep this one in mind. And calls I'm watching on this one is like so whales are watching 21st January, but in my opinion I just want to wait and watch, and then once it kind of starts making the move, I will buy the next week's out of money call, like $51, $52, so that way we get the maximum output. And I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. So move on to the next one now. SAVA, and I've been talking about this a lot on my Twitter lately, and the reason is that just like the 2 range ATR for this stock is so high. Look at the moves it makes in a day. So if we can get that to the upside, this can make our whole month. If we play it smart, if we look at the volume is starting to increase. Look at this volume versus this one. And I think on the Friday the sell-off was because it was in this supply zone first time, kind of testing this EMA and resistance, but not a bad performance so far. So maybe it will consolidate here for a couple of days, and then once it goes past this level, I think we still have a lot of room. Maybe it can like retest, around this area. But in my opinion, once it breaks like 65 level again, it's gonna run hard. And my target is like next week is $70. And I know that some of you might think it's super optimistic, but this, I mean, like, what was the reason behind this? Like the FDA thing, they would resolve everything. They, you can go read on Twitter. I don't want to go into the details, but the bad news wasn't that bad, and that's why the shorts have been covering. And in my opinion, a huge move is gonna come soon. So I sold my swings because of this sell-off, but at the tomorrow market open, if it breaks the last previous high around 65 67 level, I will add it back. So keep this one in mind. I'm targeting like 15th October $70 call, but we'll see how it goes. But this can make big moves, and we want to capitalize on that. This is one of those stocks which can make your day if you play it right. Okay, moving on to next one, TXN. And this was already alerted in my lotto calls because I knew that a big move is coming soon on this one, so I didn't want you guys to miss on it. But this, like, let me show you from the weekly perspective, right? This is a beautiful chart. This chart just broke out of this beautiful flag to the upside, of course, because it's on a bull run. Look at this. Beautiful. Everything looks amazing here, right? And another thing I want to show you here, like, you're going to observe patterns here. So this was in a squeeze in like 2017 September, very similar to this one here, in the squeeze here. And the RSI, look at the RSI, it was around this level here, and it's the same around this level here. I mean, the whole like, look at this pattern. It looks very similar to this pattern, right? It's weird. Like, how? It's like, look at this. Like, everything is same, pretty much. So yeah, like, I mean, it made a huge move. I mean, this could be a really good swing play if you want to share trades. Like, it moved like 42%. So in my opinion, this is just the beginning. I mean, it might consolidate. Let's say that I think what will happen is we will retest 2 or 2.5, and I'll explain why just looking at the flow level data. And then it's going to come and retest maybe this level, but in my opinion, at least this is going to touch 2 or 2.5. So I still have my calls on this one, but if it kind of drops below 200, I will sell my calls and I wait for a little bit of more consolidation. But really solid. This is a solid setup, and this is the squeeze hasn't even fired yet. So once it does, I think, in my opinion, it has a lot of upside potential, and we're gonna swing it for 4 to 5 to 6 weeks, as long as it gives us profit, because this is an amazing setup. And this is like one of those like cash flow for us, so we're gonna capitalize on it. Now everything depends on the market again, so it's not like this thesis will last if tomorrow like everything dumps, but keeping all those variables aside, looking very good. And just look at the like the flow data here for this one. Let me just show the historical flow for this one. Alright, so call volume is double, of course, on last, I mean, this was Friday. I don't know why this is not working. Maybe it's just some kind of service down, but yeah, the bullish premium is not that good looking. And why is that? Because if you look at the intraday analysis here, like, people are selling calls 2 or 2.5, 2 or 2.5. So what does that mean? These are people who are holding the shares, and they think that, but this is October 1st. So they think that it's not going to go above 2 or 2.5 because they're selling calls. Remember, buying calls means that, like, the premium is positive, and selling means the net premium is negative. So that this means that investors, whoever have shares, they're selling covered calls here against their shares. And 202.5 is that's my level as well. So at least in my opinion it's gonna touch that. If not, we'll see. I'll sell my calls. Right now I'm in profit, so everything is good with this. And you can go check historical flow and levels. I just want to like quickly go over other charts. Okay, so CRM again, this one alerted I think Thursday night. I gave you lottos, and this was one of them, and this resulted in like 500% profit in first 10 minutes. So congratulations who made profit. I did on this one because so all my lotto plays, most of them I have a position on Thursday, and the reason why I don't share with you guys before market close is because these are risky and I don't want you guys to lose money. And that's how I think about it. Like I will share on Thursday night. Yeah, like I don't want you guys to lose money because my conviction, as much as I have full faith in my conviction, like lottos are super risky. So anyway, so yeah, look at this chart now. Look at this volume. This is institutional money. It's not retail money. And there are many patterns like this. So if you look at the Affirms chart, like look, this is big money. This is not like retail money. Like look at this gap and go. So I think CRM, yeah, it's gonna move a lot, and there's a lot of positive news on this one. Like the macro looks amazing. Like earnings were amazing. They acquired a new company, I think like Slack. I'm not sure, but you can read the news I read a couple days back. But like just do your due diligence. Like when you're looking at the chart, just know what this stock, why this is running, right? And then like this is gap and go again. So do you think this is gonna fill the volume? No, this is institution money. They're not gonna sell. So in my opinion, what's gonna happen is that I mean, look at this fib. So I think it's gonna retest maybe like this 284 area, 285, and maybe it will like kind of go retest around this. But in my opinion, like this is going to run hard. And this is out of money calls, $290, which is way out of money. So I got 290 calls too the other day. And what's this ticker? CRM, right? So look at this call buying here, like $300. Like look at this, $290, right? And like look at this one, $300 call for 19th of the November. And then there's 270 calls, and then 320 calls. So yeah, these are way out of money calls. So I mean, the open interest for a 285 call looks like, look at this. And then for 290, look at this. This is very bullish chart. Like I don't think anyone is gonna sell. Maybe it will consolidate, but yeah, like this is gonna print hard. And we'll see. So I think my target is 292 first one, and then 300 eventually, and we'll see how much time it takes. In my opinion, 1 to 2 weeks, and then we'll see. Moving on. Oh yeah, so one more thing. Yeah, so overall I think I told everything about the chart. It has this kind of like a cup, so it might pull back to this area to create like final, this handle kind of thing, another one, and then go. But we'll see. And then next stock I want to talk about is Snap. This again, I have been watching this 80 level forever, and in case you didn't realize, like if you look at this like historical flow for Snap, you will realize that, sorry, you can just type here. Yeah, like you will realize in last couple days the flow has been extremely bullish. So like look at the amount of calls, 200,000 calls, So 60% bullish. I mean, this is a highly liquid stock, so for it to be 60 is really really rare. And then again, the other day, 247,000 calls. So I mean, whales are targeting here. If you go back to this level, $85, $90 sell calls are being sold here. So investors are thinking maybe that it will pull back for some time, but $90 is far from here, so it's not going to reach $90 in next week. But in my opinion, it's going to touch $85 and then consolidate for some time and then go again. We'll see. Okay, next one I want to talk about is okay, so one thing I forgot to mention about TXN was that this is part of semiconductor. In my opinion, semiconductor is going to save the tech. Like right now, QQQ is retesting 21 EMA, and I think semiconductor will lead Nasdaq, and the reason is that it's just so strong. Like, look at the sector for semiconductor. It is at all-time high around, like, it's almost going to break this all-time high soon. Weekly squeeze fired. So the whole sector is so bullish. I mean, AMD broke out of this, kind of not broke out, but maybe it's retesting this and maybe it will break out. It's a bull flag. So AMD itself is looking great. Nvidia has been looking great forever. Like, it just broke out the other day. This is also another bull flag. So in my opinion, another reason why TXN is super bullish, semiconductors are going to save us and save QQQ, in my opinion. And another stock which I'm watching similar is XLNX, Xilinx, and this is also a semiconductor play. The flow has been really bullish on this one. Like last week, I track every day and I see like flow has been kind of constantly been bullish on this one, and it has made a big move in last couple of days. So maybe it will consolidate here for a couple days and then break, but this is looking really good. I mean, this might gap up and go. It's very similar to Snap. If you look at the chart of Snap, similar pattern. Look, very similar, right? So observe the patterns. Like, if some kind of patterns are playing in the current market, there is very high chance that the other patterns follow the same. They have the same fate, and the reason is that, like, these algorithms, they work in one similar way. Like, some patterns will work more than the others in some market cycles, but this is looking great and I think we should capitalize on it. And I'm waiting for it to break the all-time high. Once it does, my target is like 159, 160, and then 165 to 163 level, and it can easily do it. I mean, it moves hard when it does. So let's see. I mean, maybe it will retest this one more time after touching 160 and then finally make a move. But let's look at this. It's also in the squeeze. The chart itself looks really good. The momentum is about to turn positive. Good sign. We need more volume. Volume's missing. I would like to see a big volume bar and finish this pocket, and then boom, this looks great. And like, let's look at the flow history for this one real quick. Oh man, what was the, okay, it's this. So yeah, the flow, this is why I'm waiting. This is what I'm waiting for, the flow to be positive and like see like really solid call buying. Maybe I'll buy some calls then, but just waiting, patience on this one. All right, so next one, Zoom info. And excuse me one sec, I'm super thirsty, so I'm gonna drink some water. Pardon me. Okay, so Now, Zoom info, man, I was so sure this is gonna run last week because I mean everything is great. All the stars are aligning for this one, except the insiders are selling. I don't know why, but I mean they just acquired. They just have this like new pipeline publication, and also they acquired this company Ringlead. Maybe that's why there was some kind of hesitation. Maybe that investors think that acquisition might, like decrease their like cash flow. But I mean, Bank of America upgraded this to, I think, like a $75 stock. You can verify on the news, but there was this upgrade news, and ever since then I've been kind of watching that forever. And last week I had some calls in it. It didn't work out. I took some loss and I sold it. But I think this week it's prime to go, and my levels are $70 to $71, and then 74 to 75 range. And I mean, this is not a perfect science. Like fib levels, you always need to round, like you always need to consider the next rounding number, like in this case 75. That's around that area it might sell off. And this stock doesn't really move far away from its EMA, this short EMA on the daily, so it's not gonna make a huge move. Even if it does, it's gonna come back again, so we need to take profits fast. Look at this, it went here and came back down again. So that's just the nature of this chart, so we gotta be careful. This one, take profits fast. And I think like whales are targeting $70 calls for this one. If you look, I think we need to go look at the historical flow for this one, because some of these have like flow is strong in some other day. So yeah, like if you look here, like the flow is not that strong yet. So that, what does that tell us? I mean, there was some days where it was, but it's not like it's amazing or unusual. So that's what I'm waiting for now. I want to see more option buying, or I want to see the price action at least, for me to kind of be more bullish about this. But this is a great setup, and it's primed to move soon. Even like on the weekly chart, if you look, like just squeeze is fired on this one. RSI has a lot of way to go. Momentum is strong, and it's like look at this pattern. Like it's like broke out of this double bottom and then neckline. So, and now it's about to create a new high. And this macro looks great for this one. So again, solid company. Okay, so next one is TJX. Now first look at the chart. What do you see here? Uptrend, but this pulls back nasty, reaches this EMA, and then bounces back, and it just did that. I mean, it's not exact, but it looks like it's going to make a move higher up soon. So higher high, higher low. So this is the reason why I think this is a good entry point with respect to risk reward. And like this is kind of in a squeeze here, which is firing to the upside on the weekly. And also like the earnings were great. And another reason is that this is again footwear and house apparel and retail, and the flow for this one is really bullish, and that's why I am super bullish on this one. There's this resistance here, something to keep in mind. So I think it has been following this kind of channel here, like except this COVID crash, but like you can see it is in this channel, and it's kind of in the lower end of this channel, like lower spectrum. And I think there is a lot of upside here, and whales think the same. Apparently a lot of people are buying footwear in COVID. Why? Where are they going to? Anyway, but yeah, like the flow looks super bullish. Look, 670%, almost 63%. from last couple of days, and it has grown like a 1% move. And just looking at the chart here, this one, I think, like, let's look at the orders here. I guess we gotta look at the historical flow. I think we already saw this one, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to so targets, right? So the way I calculate targets in this one, since we have some kind of previous structure here, we don't need fibs at this point. So what I do is, and also look, the MACD has just scored. This is another reason why I think it needs I think it might make a move soon. So this is like the launching zone, and I think next target is like 73 level, and then ultimately 75, which it can do in 1 or 2 weeks. And with respect to the calls, so these are like $75 call for December. So if you want, you can take the 75 for 15th of October. The open interest is very high in this one. Someone bought these calls way back. So super bullish chart. Okay, so next setup, the final Drippy setup. Then I will discuss our scalps. Costco. Who doesn't like Costco, man? So much free and cheap food. And the company's earnings were phenomenal. And the reason why investors sold, inflation fears. Costco sells groceries and like low margin products. So if they are paying more for these, like if they are paying more for these products, then their margin decreases. But they also control the pricing. They control everything. They're like the mafia of like retail, right? If Walmart and Costco decide to increase the price of your Cheerios, what are you going to do about it? You're gonna have to pay. So like investors don't care. They know that this is going to the moon. Look at the earnings. Like after earnings, two solid volume bars here, and it is almost near all-time high. Like, and look at the volume here. Look at like MACD just scored because of this explosive move. And in my opinion, what's going to happen is that it's going to test 470, 471 area, come back, retest this area, and then go back 485. And this stock does not move as fast as our other ones, so maybe you want to space your calls 3 weeks out. But in my opinion, once it breaks all-time high, we can buy like maybe $2 out of money calls. For example, 470 calls for October 1st, and then we can roll and buy another ones. It will keep us paying. So I hope you guys understand, like swinging these stocks are much different than scalping. You need to trust the setup. You need to evaluate every day, like what was the price action, and has your thesis changed based on options flow and everything else. These are bullish today, but they might become bearish tomorrow. So we need to keep constantly evaluating, right? One of these mistakes I made like when I was starting out with this strategy was I thought that it looks bullish, so it's gonna be bullish until end of week, but things can change instantly. Any news can impact these stocks, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the end of like my favorite setups, like really high conviction swing plays. Some of them you can scalp if you want, but in my opinion, I would like to swing it with 2-3 weeks out of money calls, a little bit out of money, less than 180 out of money calls. And then next move on to Or scalps. I mean, I'm swinging Palantir because I've already told that I think I'm super bullish on this chart. It just broke through this 27.5 resistance, which was all year pretty much, and now it has retested that level, and it has retested this EMA, and it's looking really good. Like, this is an inside candle on the daily, and maybe it will consolidate for 1-2 more days, and then boom, next stop is $31, and I have like $30 and $31 calls for it spaced out 2-3 weeks. And this stock is just starting out, in my opinion. I think it has a lot of potential until the end of year, so we're gonna keep swinging this one. And then yeah, next one, wax meme stocks of the September. So Pfizer, now, like, just look at this chart. I don't think you can get a better bear flag than this one, like, except that Moderna one, but the other day. But look at this one, a beautiful bear flag. It is against these EMAs. Like it has to go all the way up. Like, the easy way is here, down here, to meet his friend around this area. So in my opinion, more downside here. So I'm gonna be looking at downside scalp play. And also the news, like, the CEO came out today and he's like, oh, do you guys know we're gonna submit the data in next couple of days? Well, is this a good news? In my opinion, not really. I mean, FDA was already like they kind of like told them, well, your data is insufficient, and now in this amount of time, they, like, small amount of time, they already have like enough data. I don't know. In my opinion, I think there's more downside, but this is a meme stock because it's vaccine. Any news can put it all the way up here. Anything can happen, but it's unlikely, in my opinion. I think there's more downside. So I'm looking at this like 42 to 42.5. So that's around $1 to $2 move, and that could give us a good money. I think free cash flow for us for our swing plays. So this one is on my scalp watch list. And also the last couple of days, the volume has been bad. Like, I mean, sorry, like sell off volume. The only good thing here is that it's kind of like an inside this big engulfing candle. So maybe like you have to wait for it to kind of break this level 43.77 and then retest around this. But we gotta see it when, like, we gotta see the price action. And then next one is my favorite stock, Moderna, of this year. Traded this a lot. Now look at this chart. Right, forget about everything else, what Moderna is about. Just look at the chart on this one. Now this is a cup. Some can say that this is a cup, this is another cup, and it is going to make a new high since it's a bullish stock, right? But the momentum is decreasing. It's already like in the reds here on the daily. If you go look at the weekly, what is this? Hanging man, I guess that's what they call. I don't know, I'm not really good at names. All I just look at the price action and I know that it's bearish or bullish, and this does not look bullish on the weekly, like, right? And on the monthly, look how extended this is from its EMA. So can it go up? Yeah, sure, it can go to the moon, like if people buy calls, right? That's what it's all about on this one. It's all about call buying. But look, it has this resistance here, and usually, like, this is the third touch, and that means it has more downside until it kind of like completes this pennant here. You might have seen, I mean, a lot of setups have this kind of and retest this EMA, which won't be bad because it hasn't done that in forever. So it won't be like a bearish move, but in my opinion, I think it's going back to $400. It's just too much speculation on this one. There is not, I mean, look at the close. I mean, this is like bad close, like it closed below all the short EMAs, and a bearish candle. Every time it has made this bearish candle here, next one has been huge. Look, second time. So in my opinion, this one can go next I don't know, maybe tomorrow, just all the way down to 400. It can do it. Like its ATR is around 25, so maybe 405 or something. But in my opinion, a good short play in case SPY is down. Zscaler, really bullish stock, very strong close, almost a bullish hammer here. This level has been 280, has been acting as a strong resistance. So once it kind of closes, or once it breaks, like this is where you need to see the price action. And if it breaks around 281, 282, next stop is straight 289. 8-point move on this stock will give us a lot of profit. It's getting in the squeeze. This is trying to curl positive now. Some might say this is a bear flag, but the macro for this company, I mean, like this is like CrowdStrike, security company, and investors want to buy this, and it just like it didn't even look at these wicks here, right? So people are buying dips on this one. So it might move soon, in my opinion. I think it, like if it breaks to the downside, then it might retest this area. So I have this on my watch list. Snow, everyone's favorite. Literally all my Twitter feed is like snow, snow, snow. I don't like trading snow, but I will cover it for you guys, and the reason is because it has nasty pullbacks. Like you can't swing this, and even on intraday level, it has pullbacks nasty. Like look at these wicks here. How do you trade like intraday on this one? It's hard to do it. You can swing it, so I will suggest buy 4 to 5 weeks calls out for this one, because this is just the price action on this intraday will kill your options. But the chart looks amazing. Like I cannot deny that it is a massive maybe you can call it head and shoulders, or you can call it cup, and then this one is just like a quick little retest of this area, and then boom, all the way to 351. So a lot of upside on this one. I am keeping this on watch. I mean, look at the volume here, like this big volume breakout, and then a lot of accumulation going on here. So maybe 1 or 2 more days, and then again another power move to the upside. That's what I'm waiting for. And then last stock, Tesla. What a fantastic move on this one. Can you believe it? Like this is a strong close for Tesla. Every time Tesla has tried to test like 775 area, it has faced a lot of resistance in the past. Like look at this, 755, and this was a strong close, like you cannot deny it. So Tesla is looking really strong right now, and this is like a double bottom here, and it broke through this neck of that, and maybe it will retest around like 760 area, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then boom again. But another thing to keep in mind, earnings are coming up for Tesla. The volume is pretty much dried up since I think this year's start. Like look, it's dull. Like it's all, I don't know, retail volume, I guess. But it is in this channel, and it has been rejected 1, 2, 3 times. So maybe this time it crosses, it is around 790, consolidates here for a couple days, and then another move up to 820 area. And this is, once Tesla goes above 790 and 800 level, this is a big psychological level, and Tesla can easily move from 800 to 850 and 850 to 900 if the volume is strong, if the market is strong. So Tesla moves, SPY moves, maybe Tesla can carry the market forward, and it made a 20-point move, which is around the ATR, I think, for Tesla. on Friday. So it's on my watch list. It should be on everyone's watch list. And the weekly squeeze is fired, and also weekly close. Look, this is a weekly hammer close on Tesla. Very bullish. This is a bullish chart, you cannot deny it. And the flow data is going to govern where it moves next. So we're going to keep monitoring flow data. But look, it has this EMA support so far, trend line support. Very, like, a lot of people complain that Tesla doesn't trade technical, but like, are you kidding me? Like, what? Look at this perfect channel here. Like, you just need to have patience on this stock. Like, you need to wait until support and resistance to either short by puts or calls. But overall, good bullish chart. Okay, so folks, that's all I have for you today. I know it's a long video. I try to cut it short. I really want to focus in depth on unusual whales and flow related stuff, but I just cannot cover the setups and flow in the same video. So drop comments below, like, what do you guys think is a good mix of things. Like, I also want to record smaller videos, but I just cannot, I don't think there is a way to do it without covering these setups in detail, in this amount of detail. Anyway, so good luck for the next week. Month is closing, and I am excited about October, and I think you guys should be too. We're just getting started. I think we haven't seen the euphoria in the market yet before a pullback, so a deeper pullback, but I think that's what it's heading to. But we'll see if it reclaims, SPY and QQQ reclaim their daily 21 EMA. Guys, please like and subscribe. It takes a lot of effort to find setups, like hours of work, and I'm giving it out all for free. This is free money. This is literally free education, free money, guys. Like, all you have to do is just retweet my stuff, tweet it, make some buzz for me, so I can get more followers and I can grow the channel and finally quit my day job and do this full time. Have some kind of cash flow, because trading is harsh. Even though I'm making good money right now, market can take it back any day, and that's why you need to have cash flow. You need a side job. So please support me as much as you can. I'm working on a lot of new things, as I told, and I'm excited to just share all this info with you guys. So guys, I will see you in the next one, and good luck. Bye.